Well, hey everyone. I'll go first. I'm Heidi Sherwin, and I am a movement and mindfulness educator, and I teach classes throughout the academic school year in the Health Sciences building. So I'd love to see you. Those classes are free. We'll talk more about that later too.
Good, 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 good. And hi, I'm Laurel Falconberry, and I'm an outpatient therapist at Chestnut Ridge. And we, as a mindfulness team, have been together for about 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure.
little more, Julie.
Yeah, at least eight, because it's been longer than Ren's been alive, so that's how I
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
know.
go ahead,
Yeah.
Julie.
Four with me. I'm going on my fourth year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Hi,
we're really
Sierra.
lucky to have this range of the therapy angle, the yoga and breath work, and I do some of the science. So I'm going to start a little bit there because there's a lot to and there's a lot of benefit shown just knowing the science. So some research has shown that just knowing some of these like sleep techniques is beneficial. I put rest in the title because Heidi brought up a really important point. And that is, even if you can just rest and relax at night, that can be so restorative. And getting caught up on that word sleep can be a trigger for people. So, really, you can, just let go of that because I'm not even going to talk about sleep for the first few minutes. I'm going to talk about light. The chair of my department, Randy Nelson, just came out with a book. I presented his stuff in the past, but here I'm talking about his book that came out called Dark Matters, and he found through his own research that light at night is not good. It can cause cancer risk and metabolic disorders, heart disease, and blue is the worst. Even 4 lumens of blue light, like a night light. Please, if you can go towards the red spectrum, it's better. But what I learned in getting this book and preparing for this book just came out. Oh my gosh, dim light in the daytime is also not good. It actually disrupts your circadian rhythm as well. And I have been working in very dim conditions. I like it dim. And now I've been going outside every break, and it's really been helping with my alertness. Or if you can't, we have a seasonal class. We talk about the bright light therapy for seasonal affective disorder. You can use that all year long, in the morning if you can't get outside. Put it in the break room, put it in your office. Um, it's disrupting the hormones, and blue light and bright light at night is also disrupting the circadian rhythm. So getting a sleep mask, putting away electronics as possible, or getting blue light blockers. I just want to show you, look at office light and look at an overcast day. This is a huge difference. And just thinking, oh, my lights are on in my office, that's not enough. We really do need these high lumens to set our biology. And for heaven's sake, at night, get rid of the blue light alarm clocks in the room. Opt for the red. And I realized after reading this book that like the on-off switch of my bedside lamp had a blue light. I put a black electrical tape on it, and now I have to fumble around, but it's fine. I can find it. For those of you listening who are the night shift workers, you have to almost do the opposite. You can get blue light blockers, you can even clip them on your glasses. The hardcore ones, you can't even see blue. The sky looks yellow. It's surreal. If you do physical activity before your night shift, and there are a lot of extra tips in the book, but really those are, rotating your shift, going the clockwise direction, and same with like jet lag. But here's like my setup. This is with, you can see how blue it is. I have, easy choices, a novel at my bedside, dog toys. It cheers me up to play with my dog. But really, I actually have it on the night setting. Now, I'm going to talk about the midnight brain later on. I actually prepared this slide yesterday, the slide that you just saw. And last night, the storm woke me up, and I sat with the bright light on for 20 minutes before realizing that. So I'm going to talk about why that happens. Your brain isn't fully awake at night. So, trying to block that light at night. And the thing is, we expect our restful thoughts to be all puppy dogs and kittens, but our brain sometimes throws up, your embarrassing sixth grade moments. And that's called rumination, when we're, like Laurel often says, we're chewing, we're past tripping or future tripping and chewing on those events and seem to get stuck in them. We talked a lot about flow in our class that we had a couple days ago. The light disruption disrupts that. It actually makes you more likely to past trip and future trip. So mindfulness can also help, but know that if you set yourself up by managing some of those cheap solutions like the sleep mask and the brighter light, that can help as well. So mindfulness on average tended to be a little bit better for women to just do mindfulness meditation, but the relaxation was a little bit better for men. For me, relaxation is better. I'm a woman. Um, do what works for you. And it may be mindfulness doesn't work at all for you. And that is also fine. And that's true for me too. Sometimes a shower or a bath or something works. Heidi is going to do some alternate nostril breathing later. That can also work in a very mechanistic way. Your nose has mechanical receptors, so it actually moves those receptors and upstream helps turn your brain on and off. So the sympathetic activity that gets you wired up about things at night can be calmed down and put in balance through this nostril breathing. So we'll be doing that a little later as well. Really, it affects the brain, which is quite cool. Now, if you're waking at the night and you realize, like me, like what? Oh my gosh, I just prepared a slide, and why is my bright light on? That's because your mind after midnight is not the same brain. It's almost like Jekyll and Hyde. Your brain is taking care of a lot of waste products that are generated during the day, and it kind of shuts down the brain, not completely. You can see on the street there are still people walking, but the cars aren't there, right? Because they have to do the cleanup crew. Well, Heidi mentioned when I was putting the slide together a few years ago, you can't use your closet when you're cleaning it, right? How do you can kind of use your closet, but it takes a lot longer and it's not the same. So knowing that is really beneficial because you don't have the breaks, and you don't have the breaks. Something little can send you into, oh my gosh, I'm so panicked. When we were preparing this talk, I was saying how I was super panicked about some kind of form a couple weeks ago that I had to fill out. When I woke up in the morning, I'm the first thing I'm going to fill out that form. I'm like, that form wasn't a big deal, and it's not due for like a month. Um, the midnight brain is a little bit crazy, and you can get really angry about something or really panicked about something. Knowing that is helpful because you could put a little post-it on your night table, put a little post-it on your phone if you tend to reach for that, which I don't recommend, but it happens. Mindfulness and science can help you prepare. Know that your midnight brain can't be trusted. These feelings and faulty logic will feel real, and there's an increase in incidence of risky behavior. Maybe you're, oh my gosh, I'm the worst. All right, midnight brain, let's get you to bed. Let's relax. Let's read this little book here. Oh, you like this book, right? You have to kind of treat yourself like kindly, in a very kind and gentle way. And so make the healthy choice the easy choice. The midnight brain is real, and it's really kind of crazy. So this is another WVU researcher, Sunu Sharma, who showed that just learning about good sleep hygiene is beneficial. So Laurel's going to talk about some of these things. I'll let you get a little glimpse. I put a link in the chat so that you can watch Laurel talk about them. Or maybe should I keep them up, Laurel, or do you want me to have them off?
Let me think. Why don't you keep it up so people can jot them down if they want to?
Okay.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. So here we've got our list of sleep hacks, how to have a good night's sleep. And a lot of these we know, but it's good to hear them again and to really take them to heart. And what Julie was saying is really being kind with yourself, like you would with your best friend or a 5-year-old. Like, come on now, we're gonna have a plan. We're gonna have a plan. We can always tweak our plan. We're gonna have a plan before we go to bed because our days are so full, they're jam-packed, and anxiety and is on the rise because Well, guess electronics. We're always glued to an iPad or a phone and whatnot, and we can sense our nervous system revving up. So let's just talk about some of these logistics, and then I'll talk about more of a holistic picture for mental health. So keeping a consistent sleep schedule, definitely, as best you can, going to bed around the same time and getting up. Um, and then try not, yeah, don't go to bed unless you're sleepy for sure. And if reading a book will make you sleepy, if you're feeling like, oh, I really need to, to get to sleep, read a book, listen to a guided meditation. And we'll share that with you at the end too, that we're on YouTube and you can listen to our meditations. Um, then if you don't fall asleep after 20 minutes, get out of bed. I tend not to do that. The research shows that it helps. I tend to listen to some soothing music, or I talk to myself kindly, and that usually works. Establishing a bedtime routine, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Using your bed mostly for sleep. I know that's hard. A lot of people watch TV in bed, but ideally, it's for sleep and sex. Make your bedroom quiet and relaxing, right? Keep the room at a comfortable, cool temperature. Limit exposure to the bright light, like Julie's been talking about. Turn off electric devices. And I'm challenged by this. I think we all are, at least 30 minutes before bedtime. Julie, it helps to get the blue, if you're going to look at your phone right before bed, to get the glasses that filter the blue light.
Yeah, for sure. They have clip-on ones and just really cheap ones that are like $10 or less. That again, the really good ones, I mean, and really good means $10. You really can't even see blue, and that's going to be your best benefit if you can't stay away from the phone, which is sometimes me.
Yep, yep. Thanks, Julie. Exercise helps release endorphins. It helps release stress so that you're going to go to bed more relaxed. And of course, a healthy diet, trying not to eat too many processed foods, trying to get your veggies and fruit and protein in. Protein's really important. And then caffeine, watching your caffeine, we all know that, and alcohol right before bedtime, and reducing fluid intake. And we all know that too. I know if I drink after 8, I'm like up and down, maybe 2 times at least. So now to the mental, and we can take that down, Julie. Thanks. Thank you. For your mental health, throughout the day, I encourage you to take 3 or 4 deep breaths. I encourage you to take some deep breaths where you take a deep breath in, you hold it for a little bit, and then you let the exhalation be longer. Let the exhalation be longer. So you're tending to yourself as best you can throughout the day. So you're going to notice your breath and practice that. You're going to notice if you're really anxious to put some cold water on your face or your wrists. And science has shown that humming, and I think singing too, but humming quiets the vagus nerve, and so that'll calm you during the day. So the best you can tend to yourself during the day will reduce your chance for high anxiety at night. So before you go to bed, I encourage you to just write a few words of gratitude, like what was something really small today that happened that I was thankful for, grateful for, and write down just one thing. And then if you've got some worries on your brain, write them down as well. Because science has shown that if you can get it out, get it on paper and just say, hey, I'm going to tend to you tomorrow. I haven't forgotten about you. Don't worry up there. Haven't forgotten about my worries. And I'm going to get them down on paper, and I will visit you tomorrow. Okay. So you got that down. And then some people need to reframe, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed to sleep. Some people need to reframe it as I'm just going to lay down and rest. I'm just going to lay down, no expectations, and of course you're going to lay down to go to sleep. But our mind, we can work with it. We can work with our imagination. And, by saying that, putting your worries on paper, your mind will, tend to believe that. So tending to your nervous system during the day, writing a few things, at least one that you're thankful for. It brings up that kindness and compassion for yourself and less judgment, and try not to label yourself like I'm a bad sleeper. I can't do this. I'm just a bad. Try to reframe that as I'm trying. I'm trying to take care of myself, and I have a plan, and I'm tweaking my plan. And I can do this. I can do this. Try not to label yourself as a bad sleeper. That's not going to help in any way. Let's see what else. And then there's a few yoga poses that I do before I go to bed, and Heidi will talk about them with you. I do, it's legs up the wall. So you scudgy your butt to the wall, and then you put your legs up. And she'll talk about the benefits of that, but that really helps to calm the nervous system, calm you down. And sometimes I listen to what's called binaural beats, just going back and forth, back and forth. And you can look on YouTube for that. And that helps to quiet my nervous system, quiet my brain. And then the alternate nostril breathing is a go-to, one of my go-tos. And I think that's about it for now. Yeah, thank you. Heidi, would you like to take over?
Hey, everyone. Thank you, Laurel. Thank you for that. And Julie, thank you for that science. I always like those reminders too. Like I chuckled when you're like, I'm sitting with the light on and I know this. We're human. We're human. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. We're going to get it until we don't. And then that's our mindfulness practice. We're like, that's right. A sleep routine. Or, what's a habit that I want to? One habit. Like choose one from that list that you want to start playing with. Because I know I personally will see a big list and think, type A in me is like, I have to do all of it right now. Let me change everything. But just start with one thing. What was really speaking to you? Or you're like, okay, that could be something easy that I could weave in. And, like Laurel said, I encourage you, just give it a try. It's a practice. If it doesn't work after a couple days, I'm going to set that one aside. And what's something else that I could play with for my own sleep routine, my rest routine? And I love how Julie shared, a little bit, or Laurel, I think you shared, a little bit throughout the day. What can you do throughout the day just to offload some of the cortisol we're kicking through our body, offload some of that, stress response. Again, we're human. We're going to get stressed. We are active beings. A lot of us are in that working with others service, and naturally a stress response kicks in. Sometimes it's a little higher. So if we can offload through the day, our body, as Julie showed, that image of the street and the trash and everything, the work that our brain needs to do when we're sleeping, you've already picked up around the house throughout the day, right? So it's going to be very helpful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I realized I didn't spotlight me. Want to jump before we do some movement, what Laurel shared about legs up the wall. That's one of my favorites. I do legs up the wall, usually not before bed. My thing is I do legs up the wall if I get time during the day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes that I can just go to my bed, put my legs up the wall. Or like today, I taught a class at 7:30 this morning, and my dog did not sleep last night. Did anyone else have a pet that did not like to sleep? Julie, yes, hello. So I was up a lot with my dog. I was tired this morning after teaching my morning class. So in the yoga studio, I kicked my legs up. I took a rest. I played music. I didn't fall asleep. But I said to myself, I'm just going to let my body rest. I'm allowed to rest. I have time to rest. Some days that's only 3 minutes that I can do it. Some days it's longer. Sometimes I fall asleep. So I set a timer if I know I do have to be somewhere. That's my little trick during the day. Legs up the wall. It helps rejuvenate the nervous system, the lymphatic system. It's like a shower for the inside. So, all right, friends. We are going to do some movement, and all of this, of course, is optional. If you would just rather take a moment to sit and watch and practice later, please feel free. If you want to use this as an opportunity just to stand again and watch and do it later, feel free. But if you are like excited and you're like, let's do some movement, I'm going to move to the chair. So get yourself comfortable in a seated position. And we'll do some movement seated and then a little bit standing. And the intention of this practice today is to kind of move through the body where we hold a lot of tension, which can be nice to offload during the day, do some of these. It can be nice at the end of your day to do some of these or all of these, right? And when we can offload physical tension that we carry around with us, our body is a little more likely to drop into that rest response, right? Where we feel a little more relaxed in our muscles and our joints. And then our mind is like, what are you doing, body? What's that? What's that resting thing you're doing? And then the mind also wants to kind of fall into that zone too. All right, friends, I'm going to start seated. If you have a pillow to put behind you, that's great. If you don't, no worries. You could also roll up a coat if you have that by you. Actually, let me drop this down just a tad. Great. All right, you're going to see my feet a little better here. All right, so as you take a seat, like me, I'm trying to find my feet on the ground. In this particular chair, if I were to sit all the way back, my feet kind of float around and I can't really access that sense of like groundedness. So for you, whatever seat you're in, if you need to, scooch forward, feet to the earth, feet to the ground. And we start there. We just feel the support beneath us. We allow ourselves to feel a sense of being held. So your chair, the floor, or if you were doing this in bed, you're going to feel the bed holding you. There's nothing to make happen or get up and go. You settle as best as you can. We encourage the mind, right, that paying attention on purpose. So we bring the mind in and we drop down to the feet. And then you might notice your legs and your hips on the chair. And then notice your spine, your back. And how there is a sense here while you're seated. There's a little sense of support. You don't have to create any rigidity, holding ourselves up high, but there is a gentle sense of support. So then maybe along the shoulders, I'm supported. I can soften shoulders a little bit more. I might be able to relax my belly a little bit more without losing that comfortable support of the back. But we can soften into the moment. And sometimes that's simply enough. You land, you feel, you allow, and you settle and offload a little stress just by being right there in the moment. But now, from our seated, we're going to add some more activity. So when we start moving, we allow movement to kind of do the work for us, right, of offloading stress. So we're going to start with the nose. Imagine you have a really long pencil on your nose and you're drawing at the wall in front of you. And just start drawing some circles. They could be small circles, big circles. Let's see how that feels today. And then change direction with your circles. You could have eyes open. You could close your eyes. Again, there's no shoulds. Right? And then find a still point. Right? Like you just land the tip of that pencil right in front of you. And then let your eyes gaze out. If they were closed, open them for a moment. So you have just a soft gaze in front of you. And then I invite you to look down to the ground in front of you. And then look up. You don't have to lift your head. You just let the eyes drift up. And then you do that again. You let the eyes drop towards the floor. And then you look up again. And then one more time, looking down. And then looking up. And then eyes will resettle somewhere back at neutral. And then we'll take this side to side, so east and west. So you can call it like looking south, looking north, and now we'll go east. So looking over to what you would consider east. I'm not checking. And then what you would consider west. So is that left? Is it right? And then again, shift over to the east. Let your eyes drift. Eyes shift over to the west. And then one more time, east, west, and west. And then eyes again back in neutral. And just take a moment and let the sensation in your forehead and around your eyes settle, because you're working real fine muscles in there. Nice. All right, from here into your shoulders. Let your hands drop off your legs if they're resting there. Let's shrug the shoulders for a few times. Shrug your shoulders way up high. Actually make some fists with your hands. Greet an inhale. And with an exhale out through the mouth, go, and then do that again. Shrug everything up. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. One more. Shrug it up. Exhale. Let it go. And now a little figure eights, a swirl of one shoulder and then the other. And then change direction, little figure eight, one shoulder, then the other. Nice. And then shimmy shoulders to what feels kind of neutral for you here. We'll bring the hands back to the legs. Again, let your feet be on the earth. Hands on your legs. Bring the hands towards the knees and let your belly move to the back of the chair and your chin can tuck a little bit. We call this a seated cat. If you've been in yoga and tabletop, we create that rounding shape through our spine. Great, one more breath here. And now sit up again. This time, you're going to bring the hands back towards the hips, even to the outer hips. Lift your heart up, elbows point back. Very gently create a back bend shape. Keeping the head somewhat level. You could even keep the chin quite low. Movements in your spine. One more breath. And release that, let it go. How about one more time with both of those? So hands towards the knees, and then let your spine round. Belly softens back, chin tucks a little bit. We're here for a breath. And then sit tall. Hands come back to the hips. Elbows draw back as you pull the heart up, a gentle back bend, looking slightly up or keeping the chin level or down. One breath. And release, let it go. Releasing those hands back to the top of your legs. And now with your head, look to your right. And then as you look to the right, let your nose now draw little lines up and down here. And then relax the up and down. And then head through center and look to your left. And as you look to the left, again, just a little up and down, like you're drawing a line with your nose. And then relax that movement, head back to center. Now with your legs, step the feet a little bit wider. And if needed, scooch a little more to the edge of your seat so this can be more comfortable. Land your feet, knees are a little wider, right arm, right forearm onto your thigh. And now bring your left hand into that curve of your neck. And just give the right side of your neck and down to the top of the shoulder a little hello, maybe a little rub. And then a reminder to keep some space here without dropping the ear. Keep a little space. So now your left hand can reach way out wide to the side and then up towards the ceiling. You could just be in the position of raising your hand, or if it would feel nice to get a little more space on left side, reach your arm to the left. Or to the right, sorry. Great, now feel your feet rooted, come back up. Nice, let the hands rest to the legs or the knees. Notice sensation, kind of this alternate feeling in your body and letting that settle a bit. And we'll take this to the other side. So now left forearm on your thigh, right hand comes over to the side of your neck, and it's just a gentle smoothing out of the neck. You could have your gaze pointing down or up. Just where can you get into the side of the neck? Build a lot of tension there, especially up behind the jaw too. That might feel nice, smoothing that out. And then this reminder to keep space between your ear and shoulder as you start to release the right hand, bringing it out, and then bringing it straight up. If you want a little more movement into the right side of the body, you could bring the right arm overhead a bit more. Listen to sensation and where's that yes for you. Last breath here. Feel your feet push down, rise up, both hands onto the legs. Now we're going to take the legs and walk them in. And you can exaggerate this if you want. Get a little more energy into your legs. A little marching to bring feet close together. And then once your feet are close together, keep the legs a little closer together. We don't have to overwork it, but we're trying to keep knees and feet in line. Maintain that as you bring your right hand to your left leg, and then turn any amount from your waist and your ribs to the left. You can just keep your left hand kind of by that left hip. Getting a sweet little ring out through your trunk. One last breath. Exhale. And back through center. And to the other side. So now start to turn to the right. Left hand to your thigh. Right hand could rest just right off to your side or on your hip. Turn any amount. Twists can feel really nice. And just bringing a sense of that kind of wringing out quality. It's like, offload some stress. And then release back to neutral. Nice. Once you settle in neutral, we're going to rise. So stand up into your mountain pose. And once you find your mountain, let your feet go a little bit wider than the width of your hips. And then soften into your knees. Like just let things bounce, let things drop. Let even your arms just kind of bounce a little bit too. You can kind of sway into this if you want. Shifting your energy side to side. And a little later in our practice today, I will be offering alternate nostril breathing. But you can allow your brain to figure out right, left by just doing movement that switches things. That can be a great way too. All right, from here, land neutral. Again, your feet are a little wider than your hips. And then from here, arms by your side. Right. With breath, on an inhale, bend your elbows, bring your hands up towards your shoulders. And now as you exhale, turn your palms away from you, lower, but create an HA sound. Out through the mouth. Go at your pace. Inhale, hands come up to the shoulders, in through the nose. Exhale. Move it on down. Again, inhale, hands come up to shoulders. Exhale. Smooth it down. How about one more? Inhale. Exhale. Great. Letting that land. Encouraging just a little longer exhale. That's very helpful for our relaxation response. All right. One last pose here, standing. You're going to turn to face the seat of your chair. I'll turn mine a little bit here. Set your hands on the seat of your chair. Bend your knees. Getting ready to take a fold. This invites an inversion where our head goes lower than the heart. This can also be very supportive for helping our relaxation response. Shift your feet back just enough so you have some space for your head. You could simply lower head a little in line with the chair, forearms onto the seat. Press into your feet, steady legs. You could continue to lower, letting the head lower more, letting your hands move towards the floor. Hands could also just rest to your legs or stay on the chair as you welcome the head lower. I invite you to just be in your pose, 3 more breaths. Nothing to force. Knees could be soft or long. Maybe sense a little longer exhale. Last breath. Nice. Now to come up to stand. Feel your feet again. Feel your leg energy holding you up so you can lift the trunk of your body any amount. Look back to your chair so your brain can steady. And then feet come towards your chair, hands to your hips, and lift up through your trunk. Welcoming your arms by your side. And before we take a seat, doesn't matter which direction you go, but let yourself walk around your chair. Like a little kind of middle of the night pacing, but feel your feet. Feel your legs, intentionally moving slow. And once you meet the front of your chair again, turn the other way. Let's go one time each direction. And as you're pacing this, as you're walking, again, you're letting yourself feel your feet, just letting your mind just settle things for the day or in that moment. You'll come back to your chair. The chair can be right behind you. Gently take your seat. Feel the feet to the ground again, so where you can sit most comfortably there. Allow your shoulders to soften. Giving yourself a moment from all the movement to give yourself permission to be like, I can settle here. I can take a moment for myself. Resting is a very important survival skill. We need it. It's self-care and survival wrapped up together. Welcome one more breath here. And then if your eyes are open, you could close them. If your eyes are closed, you can open them or stay as you are. And you're going to shift to listen to Laurel's amazing voice for a body scan. Thank you, friends.
Oh, thank you so much, Heidi. Oh, I feel better. I don't know about you guys, but I feel more grounded, a little bit more relaxed in my body, not so much a floating head, right? Oh, the hearts are floating. Thank you for the hearts, Heidi. Look. Yeah, she's my heart gal. Okay, so we're going to do a body scan now. We're going to travel through our body with awareness and kindness, like we would if we were leading a body scan for a 5-year-old or your best buddy. So if closing your eyes is comfortable, you can do that, or a fuzzy gaze down at your lap, or looking at something in your office, in your vicinity that's beautiful. So look at something that is pleasurable for you, or close your eyes, or fuzzy gaze down. Here we go. So let's take a nice breath, deep breath, cleansing breath in through the nostrils. Noticing the temperature, is it cool or warm? And on your next exhalation, noticing the temperature again, is it cool or warm? And now bringing your breath to a nice, easy in and out without forcing your breath or holding it in any way. Just allowing it to float like the gentle waves on the ocean. Easy in, easy out, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just being here now in this precious present moment of pure being. You've arrived home. Pure being. So let's gently guide your awareness to the soles of your feet. The left sole of your foot, the right sole of your foot, the top of your left sole, the top of your right foot. Notice any tension you're holding in your feet. And now let's move up into our left ankle and right ankle. Bringing our breath, our easy breathing, not forcing or holding in any way, without judging ourselves, with compassion and kindness. Moving up our body into our left calf and right calf. Moving through the muscles and tendons, tissue, into our left knee and right knee. The fronts of the knees, the backs of the knees. Now gently moving up into your left thigh, right thigh, front and back. Hello, legs. Hello. I'm here for you. Moving now into your left hip and right hip. Having compassion for what our legs do for us in our hips, holding us up, allowing us to walk. And now feel the full weight of your body on what you're sitting. Letting go a little bit more into this precious present moment. Noticing where you might be holding tension in your body. And gently allowing it to lessen with every breath. Now moving up your lower back, your middle back, the vertebrae, the discs. Thank you, vertebrae. Thank you, discs. Now moving up into the front of your body, through your intestines, your stomach, your diaphragm. Noticing whatever you notice without judgment. Thank you, intestines. Thank you, stomach. Thank you, organs. And moving up from your lower back to your middle back, to your upper back. Noticing any tension, maybe even moving a bit. Breathing into those spaces. Breathing into those muscles and tendons as best you can. Now moving up to your heart. Thank you, heart. Thank you for pumping and caring and feeling all the feels. Thank you, heart. Thank you, without any judgment. Now moving up to your left shoulder, right shoulder, all the muscles and tendons. And on your next exhalation, allow your shoulders and jaw to drop just a little bit more. Letting go a little bit more. Now we'll guide your awareness like a flashlight down your left arm, upper arm, elbow, forearm, top of the hand, the palm of the hand, the fingers. Thank you, left arm, for all that you do. Now moving through the right arm, the right shoulder, forearm, elbow, lower arm, and the top of the palm and the fingers. And thank you, right arm, for all that you do. Now moving through your neck, the back of your neck, the front of your neck. All of the muscles and tendons that hold your head up. Thank you, neck. Thank you for your flexibility, your strength. Now moving into the back of your head with kindness and compassion. The top of your head, the sides of your head. And thank you, brain. Thank you so, so much for all that you do. Feeling your scalp, your hair. Now guiding your awareness to your left ear. And now back to your right ear. Thank you for hearing. Thank you for ears for hearing. And moving to the mask of your face, your forehead, eyebrows, relaxing your eyes deep into the sockets, relaxing your left cheek and right cheek, letting go a little bit more of tension, letting the face just be, the lips, the jaw, the nose, letting go of any expectations how this face should look, just letting it be, being free. Breathing into your face like a flower, like a plant. And now As best you can, feel your whole body breathing from the tips of your toes all the way up through your body to the top of your head. Feel your body expand and contract. Expand and contract. Your breath is breathing you. Your organs are working without you having to think of it. Thank you, body. Thank you for being here with me. And now gently guide your awareness back to your room. Your feet grounded to the earth for strength and stability, groundedness. And if your eyes are closed, slowly take your time, open them, and just notice how you're feeling, and however you're feeling is okay. No judgment, no good or bad feelings, just feelings. They're all okay. Thank you. Now let's gently move into compassion with Julie. Oh, you're on mute, Julie.
Thank you, Laurel. I'll try to be as ASMR as possible with your voice. You can continue with your eyes closed if you want, although I have a couple slides just because this is why I do compassion meditation in the night. It is my go-to. Um, I have trouble just meditating, even though I teach meditation. And that's about knowing yourself, right? And not judging. This is what helps me. And the reason why is it feels good. So it shouldn't be a should. I think sometimes people feel, oh, this is like, like the lunch ladies when I was a kid, if I would waste food. Oh, think of the starving people. It's not like that. It's about um using this practice to make yourself feel good. It might extend to others, but the important thing is that it sets up circuits. So just doing 2 seconds. So but if I pick up my phone in the night, which, my midnight brain might tell me is a great idea, and it might help distract me a little bit if I'm ruminating or worried about something, but it could get me anxious about something else. So if I see a tragedy, a news tragedy, or someone I know is going through a hard time, maybe a bad diagnosis or loss of a loved one, I use that as a trigger. Oh, I can do compassion meditation. I put the phone down. May they be well. So this study just showed, just seeing a picture of someone who is sick, 2 seconds, may they be well, activated the social network. It's like giving a hug or holding a hand. So when we do that, last night it was my dog. My dog was so scared of the storm. Oh, may he be comforted. And I physically, made my daughter had made a little fort underneath the piano bench, and he wanted to go in there and hide. And I took everything out so he could feel that comfort, and that's like you can feel very isolated when you're awake in the night. There's no one to call. Maybe other people in your household are asleep. Thinking of others makes us feel connection, and it activates the reward area in our brain, the nucleus accumbens. So this is not as a should, it's because it creates this warmth. Like Laurel was having compassion for the body, it makes us feel good. So when we do this practice, we can start just maybe with some, maybe we're thinking about the pups, the dogs who are quite nervous about those rumbling. My dog is right here at my feet because there's some rumbles in the air, right? Heidi's is pointing. Her dog is also at her feet. May they feel comforted. May they feel at peace. May I feel comforted. May I feel at peace. Noticing maybe it feels a little warm. Maybe nothing happened. That's okay too. Maybe we think about someone we care about. May they have any of their troubles like ease like a burden lifted, and imagine them happy. Imagine them enjoying the activities they love. This is especially nice thinking of a child. And you can, if you are a person of faith, you can make this a prayer too. And that's also something that's good to have at your bedside, a something that that might override your midnight brain a little, something to contemplate. May they be well. May I be well. If other people have, maybe all of us here have had some little troubles resting at night. Maybe I'll find rest. Maybe I'll find ease. May I find rest. I'm resting right now. May I find that ease. And feeling that stability, feeling our feet on the floor. It's important to end this practice with something stable. So we're going to switch to Heidi's alternate nostril breathing. It's a wonderful way to balance the nervous system. Oh, you're on mute.
I was saying thank you, thank you. That was beautiful. Okay, friends, so staying in this cocoon of this kindness to self and that which you are also offering out. It's like this cocoon that, it can still flow in and out. Just noticing your breath here as I guide you through alternate nostril breathing. If the practice in any way is like it's uncomfortable or it just feels awkward today in your afternoon, just stay just as you are. Just come back to a natural, neutral breath. But we start with this natural, neutral breath. And then to create the alternate nostril shifting, you'll use your right hand, so I won't mirror you. And I like to bring my left hand over to my right elbow and I just kind of give myself almost like a hug, and it gives me some support for that right arm. And then your right thumb will go to your right nostril. And then your right ring finger, is going to go to your left nostril. Your peace fingers could either rest very gently up at your forehead, or you could tuck them into your hand, tuck them out of the way. All right. Nostrils are open. It's allowing your body to breathe in that kindness cocoon. And then notice your right thumb. Greet an inhale. With your right thumb, close right nostril, exhale left nostril. And then you'll inhale left nostril. Ring finger closes left, open right, exhale. Inhale right. Gently close right nostril and exhale left. And we keep repeating. Inhale left. Close left, open right, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Go back and forth. I sometimes like to envision inhale left nostril up to that point in the center of forehead. I stay there while I switch. And then I exhale, draw a line down the right side. And then inhale right nostril back to the center of forehead. Close right, exhale left. And if that's helpful for you, continue or just be in that process of breathing back and forth. You're probably exhaling right now. We'll go one more full cycle. Inhale right. Close right, open left, exhale. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. And now release your right hand. Inhale both nostrils. And exhale. And shifting however your breath calibrates here. Sensing and noticing that practice of alternate nostril breathing. Helping harmonize right, left, the brain hemispheres, right, left, harmonizing the ups, the downs. Wonderful. Wherever your hands are, you can rest them down to your palms. And gently open your eyes and let your eyes just shift to notice 3 things that are right there in front of you, easy to see. Maybe label them. I have a coffee mug, a pencil, my laptop, and all of you. Wonderful. And if you are looking away from the laptop, you can come back, anchoring here to this time, this block of time you created today. Thank you so much for wanting to come in to learn a little more about sleep. And I think Julie has just a smidge more to wrap it all up for us today.
Not really, but
Oh, thought you
we
had one more
have some
slide or something.
programming, that we can talk about. I didn't put those slides
Yeah.
on, but starting, we have a couple more theme classes. You can check the wellness. We also have a 6-week starting in October. We have a 6-week mindful steps program that can be part of a badge that we have, so that you can hold space with, your work group, your friends, having a way to like deepen your practice. So Heidi also does the in-person yoga. When does that start up again?
That will start up, I think, the 2nd week of September when classes get rolling again, and they will be on Mondays and Wednesdays, 5:15 to 6 p.m. in the Health Sciences Building Wellness Studio.
And we have a lot of gratitude. Anthony Danko is here. He does all our PR, and he can help answer any questions. You can sign up through Anthony actually, or through the wellness.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, somebody else.
And Anthony will be sending you all out an invitation to the classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any questions that anyone has, or?
Yes, please.
Oh, and take this time now to write down with your daytime brain, because remember, nighttime brain cannot make these decisions well. Maybe write down something that might have worked for you today, or if you happen to be, have a plan to set up your space for if you do wake up in the night, to make it nice, or make a game plan, an alternate game plan, and a game plan if you pick up your phone. Um, it's a really good idea to do that when you have the daytime brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how to brighten up your daytime hours, because that I had no idea till I till I read this book.
Yes.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to sit near a window as much as I can when I can. If I'm doing some work, I try to at least get near a window and let some natural light on me during the day.
Right. Right. And Heidi,
And get outside, of course, but at least be near a window.
Yeah. Heidi's the queen of essential oils. What oil do you find is the most helpful for you for sleep?
For sleep, oh boy, they do vary by the person. I enjoy kind of a blend of like a lavender and a vanilla. That kind of works for me. My mom loves peppermint. Like, she puts peppermint on her feet every night, and then she smells it every night, and she says it just helps her fall asleep. Where me, peppermint is a little more uplifting. She loves it for sleep. Some people actually find wild orange the same way, like an orange or a citrus feels harmonizing and sweet, and it just helps kind of shift the mind into those qualities to help sleep. Whereas some people might find citrus that invigorating and a great midday smell.
Exactly.
So it's kind of finding what what works for you, and that makes me relax. Go with that scent.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Thanks, Heidi. And
Yeah, you're welcome.
someone wanted to know the name of the book again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dark Matters. It's a little bit of a play on Dark Matters. Randy Nelson, harmonizing our circadian rhythms to optimize health. So it's, setting yourself up for rest, and again, what I like about that, like Heidi said, in our prep, taking that emphasis away from just having to be sleep is important. It's
Yeah.
not just about sleep, it's about rest and
Mm-hmm.
our
Mhm.
actual, the
Yeah.
mechanism. And
Yeah.
it gives a lot of science in very easy terms. And it talks about shift workers. It gives jet lag if you're someone who travels a lot, social jet lag if you like to like go out on the weekends and have like
Mm-hmm.
irregular sleep patterns. It gives ideas of how to manage if you do have those
Yeah.
experiences, how to mitigate the effects. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
detail.
And I should share Laurel, your beautiful body scan, but that is one of my middle of the night things, and falling to someone having a hard time just falling to sleep at night or resting at night. My body can rest, and I say my mind's going on a walk through the body. I'm just going to let my mind walk around. And most times that's super helpful for me, where if I can do, and you can make up your own. Yes, there are some, but if you just acknowledge, points through your body, right? Maybe moving up the body and down the body, just naming
Mhm.
points. Let your
Yeah.
mind go for a walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, I can't do that at night. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but I do the
Yeah.
yoga. I do Heidi's 6 movements at
Yeah.
night often. And so I put my legs up on the chair like Laurel was mentioning. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's finding, and it's changed over time. I used to be able to sit in meditation and maybe being a parent of a young kid or older brain, I don't know, but non-judgmental about,
Yeah.
changes you need to make over time for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do
Yeah.
change over time.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you all for coming. We want to honor your time. You can always
Yes.
email us, and if you have more questions.
Oh,
Um,
we
Yeah.
do have a question from
Mm-hmm.
Marcia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you
AirPods.
want to stay on with some questions, that's okay. AirPods in one ear at night, like a podcast. Oh, yeah. I mean, if that works for you, there's some really good. There's one podcast called Nothing Much Happens, and it's like little stories about
Okay.
that are really boring. If you have something that helps, just not a lot of light exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
already have it ready to go with your daytime brain and you just have to switch it on, that's
Mm-hmm.
probably helpful.
Yeah. I
My
just wondered because none of you mentioned that, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm,
it's you don't have a TV on, but then I've
yeah.
just got into a pattern of like putting an AirPod in one ear
Mhm.
and then just hearing the voices, even though you're listening, but then part of it I think helps because it's almost like sometimes you're falling asleep
Yeah,
with
Yeah.
like
the
a
TV
little bit
on.
of chatter.
So like with chatter, I don't know.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a I
Doesn't
have a
rally
friend
like
who her solution is her Audible. She'll have a book, and
okay.
she knows she's not going to hear everything, but it's
Yes.
intentional. She
Yeah.
just likes to hear someone read to her, and
Okay.
yeah,
she
I
listens, and
think
that
it's
helps
a
her fall asleep.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure I wasn't
I
way
think
out there, like being
no,
super
not at
sleepy
all.
and all
Not
of a
at all.
sudden
We
what I
should
should be
we
doing.
should have mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Does someone else have a hack they want to share?
Mhm. Mhm. Yes. Ah.
It probably does the being in the light with the neon office lights. Yeah, if you can, either get yourself or advocate for getting, bright light therapy quality lights. They can cost like $50, so they're a little bit pricey, but
Not bad.
something that has a lot of lumens,
Mhm.
it could be beneficial.
Yeah.
Less so than the neon isn't is the dimness that low lumen is what's problematic with our actual cellular signaling that tells us, hey, you should be awake now,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
then all of a sudden you're awake at night instead.
Mhm. I find this always so helpful too, Julie, when you share this, because again, with the term sleep to rest, sometimes we are in work environments. It's like, this is the environment we're in. And we're like, oh my gosh, I'm wrecking my body. And it's like, okay, what are some solutions which you offer so great in the science, and what are some ways, again, we can offload throughout the day because our work settings are our work settings, and then finding ways so that we, again, don't,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
Laurel, like say, we're not talking like, I'm like bad at sleep. And
Yeah.
yeah,
No, don't say you're bad at sleep.
it's my
Yeah,
work. Yeah.
they're even inventing these like glasses that you can wear that emit light that you can be walking around in a dim environment and you get like a little light on the side. So things are coming as people
Yeah.
are realizing the science is important, and
Yeah.
that's
It's great.
really, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got my happy light that has a high lumen. It's called a happy light, and it was the size of an iPad, and it was $40.
Okay, that's
Oh,
not
okay.
bad.
Yeah.
That's
It's
not
really
bad.
good.
Yep, I use that in the winter time
Yeah.
mostly. Yeah.
Nice.
Hmm.
And Tiffany asked, what about those alarms that are built in light therapy?
I'm not sure, as long as it's kind of red lights at night and
Yeah.
blue in the morning. I
Yeah.
once had a hotel room that had the opposite, and
Hmm.
I was just like, this is not the science. So my boss would say so, so just like note what colors are on.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And if I love that you put black tape on that blue light because, yeah, if possible, as dark as you can get your room, as dark as you can get it. If you need to have some night lights on somewhere, for safety, getting to the bathroom or something. But yeah, if you can make the room dark, or you had the little doggy with the eye mask. I sleep with an eye mask. My husband sleeps with an eye mask, just because our girls are up later now, or we have a night light on in the hallway, and we try to block as much as possible.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Nice, nice.
yeah.
Okay, anything else before we go, folks? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, Ida. Bye,
All right.
everyone.
We appreciate you all.
Yes,
Thanks, everyone remote.
Yes. Bye,
yes.
everyone. Thank you.
Hope to see you in
Bye.
another class.